How I draw my botanical designs. I first want to share that you'll need a sketchbook or drawing paper, a pencil, eraser, and a reference image if you don't already have one. If you've always had a desire to draw but felt hesitant to start, I believe drawing leaves could be a perfect solution for getting you into the mode and desire for drawing simple images and enhancing your current Botanical Dutch Pour finished artwork. Personally, I find drawing leaves to be incredibly calming and meditative, all while helping me improve my drawing skills. When I draw the leaves, I often let my imagination guide me, as they don't always have to be exact replicas of a real leaf that you would see outside, but rather something that allows your mind to fill in the gaps. It's okay that your leaves don't look like all the natural leaves out there, but yet it looks something more maybe whimsical or just organic looking. I personally use a sketchbook to capture moments of drawing, whether it's from my imagination or using a reference image to incorporate into my artwork. Feel free to create arrangements to observe the shapes, colors, and intricate details. Consider the overall composition by envisioning like a frame around your design or your image that I've shown you earlier in my course that I'm sharing. And take note of any unique features that capture your eye. This will draw you in and create that passion that you so desire to keep learning and educating yourself for what you prefer in terms of what you like to draw. Start with the basic shapes using your pencil. You can lightly sketch the basic shapes of flowers, leaves, foliage into your sketchbook or drawing paper. Don't worry about perfection at this stage. Just focus on capturing the general forms and proportions according to perhaps where you'd like to place it on your finished paintings, or just use it as a guide for demonstration or practice. Gradually add more details to your sketch, such as petals, leaves, stems, any intricate patterns or textures. But keep in mind, if you're using these for stencils, keep them as simple as possible, like I'm doing on my paper as I'm showing you here. They're very simple, and I could turn any of these sketches into an actual stencil. You want to refine your sketch by adjusting any of the proportions or the shapes that may need tweaking. Use your eraser to remove any unwanted lines or mistakes. Take a step back and assess your drawing, making any necessary adjustments at this particular stage. Remember, practice makes perfect. No one can do this just coming out of the gates. But if you practice every day, I promise you'll find your niche. I promise you'll find your niche. And I promise that you will start enjoying just drawing more and more every day. And I have filled sketchbooks, many of my sketchbooks, with just botanical looking leaves, stems, flowers, and I start incorporating maybe insects like butterflies and bumblebees, and even some birds here and there. So I also like to draw animals, but in the light of talking about botanicals, if you just keep practicing, you will get better and better, I promise you. At the end of my drawings, I typically like to take a pen, just a black pen, and I like to just outline where I have placed my pencil or any of my drawings, so they just appear a little darker and more clear, especially if I want to use one of the designs into a later stencil for placing on my dried paintings. And you'll see me doing this later on in this video. But I just feel like it enhances your drawings. It makes it come to life a little bit more. And then you can refer back to it at a later point if you'd like to utilize that particular drawing and use it as a stencil. So I'll let you watch me draw and doodle on this little sketch pad for a little bit, just to show you that anyone can just pick up a pencil and start drawing any image. Like you see this one, I drew this one a long time ago, actually made a stencil out of that image. And now I'm going to make another stencil for you and demonstrate how we actually draw the image and then transfer that image directly onto just a sheet of plastic coming up shortly. And we will then share with you how we actually create that stencil, cut it out, and then utilize the stencil where you can just paint from it on any substrate. So I'll let you watch as I'm doodling on my sketchbook. I just find this so relaxing and enjoyable. This is the pen that I typically would like to outline my drawings in. It's called a Toe Tree fine liner pen, Mars Black, and it's the 048. It's just a very thin pinpoint, and I just like to use this as a way to outline in a very thin manner all of my drawings. And you'll be able to see it a little bit clearer in the video. So here I am. I'm just outlining where I drew in pencil on my sketchbook. And these are just quick 2-second drawings. I did not pay any real attention. I honestly didn't even have an image that I was looking at. I was just doing this from memory, and these are just images that I typically like to draw and incorporate. I've done so many of them, and you will too if you like to draw botanicals. You just get used to certain shapes that you do in fact like to draw, or certain leaf looking elements, and you'll like to draw certain ones. So be creative, think outside the box, and you may come up with your own as well. So I just encourage you to draw and practice. So here we are. I'm going to use this Arteza acrylic pearl lime green color to just quickly paint and demonstrate to see if this image is going to look good on our painting. So this is a great way to test to see if your stencil is going to look good. Are the leaves rounded enough? Do we need any modifications whatsoever to our stencil before we actually go forward with placing it on our painting? Just using the paint straight out of the tube. And then you just lift it up with ease, and there you have a beautiful little painted image of leaves. And we'll do one more just to show you real quick. You can just reuse the same stencil over and over. When you are finished with your stencil, you can then take that stencil, wash it off with a wet wipe, and then it's good to go. And there you have it, guys. A beautiful little botanical stencil. These look really good, really fun.